Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Every now and then I get someone in my comments asking me if I regret becoming a therapist now that I know what I know now as a seasoned therapist of 7, almost 8 years. And I think that this is a really important conversation to have because I try so hard on this channel to really balance the good and the bad aspects of what it looks like to become and actually be a therapist. But in this video, I want to give you my unfiltered response to would I do it all over again if I knew what I knew now. So if you are someone who is therapy curious, you're thinking about becoming a therapist, or maybe you already are, I think this would be a great video to watch until the end because I am going to be giving you 3 things that pretty much saved my therapy journey. If you are new here, hi, my name is Allyssa Powers. I created this YouTube channel to teach you the things that grad school didn't so you can thrive in the mental health field. As always, my totally free 2-credit ethics CE is linked down below, and I have lots of other free resources at my website, which is alyssapowers.com. Okay, so a little bit of background on me. If you are watching this video, can I just say you are already doing so much better than I was, because I've told this story many times, but when I applied to grad school to become a therapist, I barely even knew what therapists did. I'm pretty sure I said in one of my interviews that I thought therapists could prescribe medications. Like, I had never been to talk therapy. I had only seen therapists on television, and somehow this path has worked for me. So, spoiler, I do not regret being a therapist, but I want to walk you through the 3 things that I think saved my journey. Number 1 is that I have a super strong desire to help people. And I do think there are many different ways that we can help people. It doesn't have to be therapy. While that is a very straightforward helping profession, I think that there are many paths to be helpful. And honestly, there are many paths that pay much more money than being a therapist. But I have a pretty straightforward drive to want to help people. I'm super empathetic and I love having deep one-to-one conversations with people. So the number 1 reason is that is very, very satisfying to me and comes extremely easily. Like, I find myself in these conversations all the time anyways. Not that I'm out there therapizing random people, but just I gravitate towards the deep and intentional kind of conversations and interactions with people. Number 2 reason I don't regret becoming a therapist is that this field is intensely creative. I know we think of creativity as like being a musician, being an artist, being an author, but there are a million different ways to do therapy. And I find that to be so exciting. Like, you can do therapy, you can try new things as a therapist, you can be creative in your approach. And I just love that. Something about that feels very limitless and exciting. So I think there are multiple ways to weave creativity into your practice, maybe even some more traditional ways like doing play therapy, doing art therapy, doing walk and talk therapy, experiencing nature with a client, doing guided meditations with a client. There are so many ways to make it creative, and I just thrive on that because even though I'm not a traditionally creative person, I've never had good handwriting, I've never been good at art, I've never been good at any of that stereotypical stuff, I think I thrive creating things. That's why I love having a YouTube channel. That's why I loved building my private practice and building my website and all of that. So I am creative to my core. And then number 3 thing that saved my therapy journey and why I don't regret it is honestly the biggest one, which is being able to go into private practice. If private practice did not exist for therapists, I would surely have a different answer to this question, because I absolutely love having a business. I love being able to work for myself. I love being autonomous. I love being flexible. I love being able to have a niche that speaks to my soul and take on the clients that I want to take on. Now, working at an agency is going to look so incredibly different than working at a private practice. And I think I would have burnt out really quickly in an agency, and I think I would have been deeply unhappy. There is a statistic that a huge percentage of therapists are leaving the field before they even get fully licensed because they are so burnt out. So taking, a huge caseload on, not getting a say in who you're seeing, having to work specific hours that you don't get to dictate. I just it could not be me. I could not have done that. And I never did that. I worked for a group practice at my internship. Then I was hired there, and then I worked there for 2 years, got fully licensed, and opened up my own practice. So I do not regret this path that I took, but I will say it could have been a lot more concise. And I already have a video all about what I would have done differently in terms of like my actual steps to become a therapist, like in terms of what degree I got, what undergrad degree, the licensure. So I'm going to link that for you, because that's like a whole other topic that I think would be really smart to watch if you are someone who's clicking on this video because you are thinking about becoming a therapist, because there's multiple paths. I actually have a lot of videos about these different paths and what they can look like for you. So I have no regrets. I also think my personality is just to not really regret things and not think in that mindset, because I put so much time and effort into becoming a therapist, getting licensed, then getting independently licensed, then getting my supervision license. Now I am an NBCC certified continuing education provider. So it has been years and years and years in the making to get me to where I am. And I do feel highly qualified to be talking on YouTube about the field. And honestly, it's why I'm so excited to make my private practice CE course, the first of its kind. It is going to be the first CE backed private practice building course that is affordable and is high quality. It's going to be everything you need to start a private practice, and you're going to be getting plenty of CEs to do it. So I am so excited to get that up and running. My goal is to have that out by the end of the year. I'm waiting, honestly, for my little baby, who is 4, almost 5 months old, to be able to be watched by somebody else. And that's really not going to happen until he can eat some solid foods, because right now I'm breastfeeding him and I am his source of food fully. So I hope that you found this video helpful and enlightening. Like I said, I'm going to link that other video in the cards so you can watch it to see what kind of path maybe you would like to take. As always, please subscribe, and thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.